In this video, we're going to show you everything you need to know in order to properly set up and connect the Logitech Blue Sona dynamic microphone with the Focusrite Scarlett Solo. This is a really interesting combination. The Logitech Blue Sona here has a built-in mic activator, which means that the Focusrite Scarlett Solo doesn't have to work as hard in order to properly power this microphone. There are a couple tips and tricks that you need while setting this up, and we're going to walk you through it from start to finish. First of all, if you are looking for pricing or specs, we have links down in the description below where you can buy everything that we show you in this video from a variety of online retailers to make sure that you are getting the best price possible. First of all, we need to set up and connect the Focusrite Scarlett Solo to our computer. If we take a look at the front of the audio interface here, a couple things that we want to double check. We want to make sure that phantom power is turned off when we're connecting everything. And we want to make sure that the USB cable is connected to our computer, and you see this green light. That means it's properly powered. Once you've done those two steps, then we can go over to our computer and set this microphone up so the computer can see it. We're using OBS in this video here. It's free, it's open source, it's extremely powerful for live streaming and recording. So we're going to show you how to set up this interface here. We're going to go to Sources and hit plus. We want a new audio input capture. We're going to call it the Scarlett Solo, and then we're going to hit OK. Then it's going to ask us what device to use, and since we've already connected this to our computer, we're going to select the Scarlett Solo USB. Next, it has the Scarlett Solo here. I'm just going to rename that. And you can see it's right below the main built-in microphone on the audio interface. We can get rid of this other one. We can hide that. So we're just seeing the Scarlett Solo here. Next, let's grab our microphone. So here we have the Logitech Blue Sona. You can see that it does come with two different windscreens out of the box. There is no acoustic difference between either one of these windscreens. You can pick whatever one you like better. The Blue Sona does also come available in white. We have links down in the description below. Next, as you can see, I'm just holding this microphone, so we need to find a stand for it first. You really have two options for mic stands. The first is an inexpensive, cheap table stand. This is great, inexpensive, they collapse, they fold down. They're a couple bucks on Amazon, but it does let some taps through on the table and it just kind of clutters the table. So if you want a more expensive option, you can use some type of boom arm. This week, we recommend the Rode PSA 1 Plus. If new ones come out, we'll update them on this channel. But this is our favorite boom arm at this time. The only thing I really don't like about it is how big Rode's logo is on it. So we put our own on this boom arm here. Next, we can mount the microphone to the boom arm that we're going to use in this video. Pretty straightforward. You don't need any extra pieces or anything. Everything that you need is included. Then we can start connecting the Blue Sona to the Focusrite Scarlett Solo so we can get it going in the computer. We have an XLR cable here. You can see that it has a male and female connector. We like cables with black connectors. Available in a variety of different colors. Inside this cable, there's actually 4 different cables. It's called a Star Quad design. If you want the specific one that we use in this video, we have links down in the description below. So we're going to connect this to the back of the microphone. And we're going to run that cable as neat as possible down the boom arm. A lot of people make really messy setups. We like keeping things nice and clean. In order to make nice clean runs, make sure that you are getting a cable longer than 5 feet. Something like 10 feet is what we typically recommend. Next, we can take the other end of this cable and connect it to the XLR input on the Focusrite Scarlett Solo here. And turn the volume down. Okay, so the Logitech Blue Sona here, it's an active dynamic microphone. What that means is that this microphone has 2 parts inside of it. There's the microphone part, and on the back half of the microphone, there's a mic activator. This microphone will not produce any signal into the Focusrite Scarlett Solo unless we turn that mic activator on. The only way that we can turn that on is by sending 48 volts of phantom power to this microphone. So I'm going to turn this 48 volt button on. You can see that it's red there. That means that it's powering the microphone. Now the Focusrite Scarlett Solo here has these color rings. As I turn this level up, you'll see that it starts to flash. You want it to be flashing very steadily when you're speaking into the microphone. You can see how it's getting slower pulsing and longer. We're going to turn up just a little bit more. Somewhere around there where it just kind of flicks yellow at our loudest moment is about where we want. I'm just going to back it up a little bit. If we look over at our computer now, you can see that maybe we are a little bit too high here. I'm going into the red on the OBS recording software. So I'm going to dial it back down just a little bit. Where you actually want to be when you're recording with the Logitech Blue Sona is operating right inside this yellow window. If you're inside that yellow window, you're targeting an area that's known as between minus 18 dB and minus 12 dB. If you think about this, 0 dB is as loud as you can get in a digital environment. So we want to make sure that we have about 12 dB of headroom somewhere in there so we don't have to worry about peaking, clipping, or distorting. If you hit 0 dB, this microphone will distort and you can't fix it after the fact. You are listening to the Blue Sona now. I'm sure you saw that logo change in the top corner, so I can get rid of the Rode NT1 here. So somewhere in that range is where you want to be recording. Now, if you are live streaming, you can cheat it to the upper end, maybe minus 8, minus 10, but really I would recommend that you stay away from things like minus 5 and minus 3, just because if you are dynamic where you laugh or yell or tell a joke or something, then it will peak and distort and you can't fix it. Now with the Logitech Blue Sona on the back of this microphone, you do have several options. Let's take off the back plate and show you what they are. So as you can see on the back of this microphone now, there's two switches. There's a low cut and there's a presence boost. Both of those are pretty intuitive to figure out, so we're just going to jump right to the audio samples. So this is what the Logitech Blue Sona sounds like if you turn on the low cut. You can notice that there's a huge low frequency roll off. It really thins out the microphone. The objective of this is to make your voice more clean and clear and a little bit more punchy if you are mixing it in with other things. I think if you're podcasting, you won't like this so much. It really does lose a lot of the body and the tone out of the microphone, but some people may need it for their application. This is what the Logitech Blue Sona sounds like with the mid presence boost turned on. As you can tell, it has a higher level of intelligibility, but depending on your voice, it may make some grating frequencies and it may be more irritable to listen to for a long period of time. This is what it sounds like with the low cut turned on and the mid presence boost turned on. In my opinion, this is my least favorite version of it. It just sounds thin and punchy in weird places on the frequency range, and this would be really frustrating to listen to for a long period of time. Okay, so we turned all the switches back to the neutral starting position. They're both turned off. This is my favorite setting for a bunch of different reasons. I don't like using microphone switches. I like leaving my microphone flat. I find if you are trying to EQ your microphone or add post-processing of any type, I would rather do it on the computer. We have a ton of different videos on our channel showing how to set up different sounds on your computer using OBS or Logic or GarageBand or anything like that. But the point here is that you can get more detail and more accuracy through software than on the microphone itself. Now, the only other thing that we really need to complete this setup is a set of high quality headphones. We love using the Beyerdynamic DT990 Pros. They're clean, they're articulate, they're lightweight, they're extremely comfortable for a long period of time. With the Focusrite Scarlett Solo, we recommend getting the 80 ohm version of these headphones. The Scarlett Solo can't quite power the set of 250 ohm headphones for all applications, but you'd be really happy with the 80 or 32 ohm version of these headphones. If you have any other questions about this setup, please leave a comment down in the comment section below. Again, we have tons of links in the description below if you're looking for the best pricing on this stuff. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.